rely more on fat. At higher exercise intensity, we rely more on carbohydrate. So we're going to rely more on glycolysis because we're breaking down carbohydrate. So at a faster speed, we use carbohydrate more, and so we're going to get more pyruvate. We're going to get to some speed at which we produce so much pyruvate, it overwhelms the ability to get inside the Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle activity can't keep up with the production of pyruvate from glycolysis because we're relying on so much carbohydrate. So at that speed, what's going to happen? What do we start producing? Where does that pyruvate go? Yeah, we start producing lactate. And so that fork represents anaerobic glycolysis. No oxygen is used. Anaerobic glycolysis. When we take pyruvate and go to the Krebs cycle, it's aerobic glycolysis. Okay, we can break down carbohydrate aerobically or anaerobically. Right? Yes or yes? People always wonder, well, why are you putting all this up on there? It's so scientific, Jason. This is a fitness conference. Why are we putting that up on there? Because this slide is extremely important for a runner. And it's so important that I'm not even going to use the laser. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Because the goal of training is to keep increasing the speed at which we take that fork. Because then the speed remains aerobic. You take somebody who's initially out of shape, and you have them go run even at something what you think may be slow, a 9-minute mile pace. Okay, or I don't know what that is, but I think so let's just pick it up. Say 6 or 7 minutes per kilometer. Initially, they're going to go this way because they're out of shape. They're going to rely a lot on carbohydrate, and so it's going to be anaerobic for them, even at a relatively slow pace. Then you train them month after month, year after year, and induce physiological changes that enable them to now take all that pyruvate at that same speed and go that way. And so now that same pace for them is now aerobic. And so what does that mean? It means that they have to run faster before it becomes anaerobic and they start to fatigue, right? So the goal of training a distance runner is to try to increase the speed at which you keep taking this fork and get inside the Krebs cycle. So now how do you do that? Well, one way is to train this lactate pressure, but just from this slide, what's the major physiological change that happens from endurance training that enables you to raise that threshold to increase the speed at which it's still aerobic? We make more what? We have a lot of pyruvate getting broken down from glycolysis. So what would help us go that fork? Very good. Who said that? The mitochondria. Why? Because what's inside the mitochondria? It's right up there on the slide. What's inside? Exactly. The Krebs cycle is inside the mitochondria. That's where aerobic metabolism takes place. So you want more Krebs cycle activity to handle more pyruvate coming through the pipe. We've got to build up that metabolic machinery. We make more mitochondria. And wouldn't you know, we make more mitochondria from endurance training. Wow.